Today I'm going to show you 3 ways how to shallow the club in the golf swing. So shallowing the swing is essentially, as we come down into the ball, it's the shallowing of the club shaft. You can see there that it's trying to get down to that horizontal plane, as opposed to here where it gets very steep. It's the movement here that we've seen all the top players do to some degree of that club shallowing out. It allows us to deliver the club from a more neutral position, which is going to help with the ball striking and your overall ball flight. So the first element that anyone can really apply is the takeaway. Okay, so from this position here, what I see in a lot of guys that get steep and over the top is that their takeaway gets too much on the outside, like so. Okay, so what I want you to do is think about what the hands are doing, and I want you to feel like the hands are working inside. Okay, show you that once more. So we're really gonna feel like we're kind of just pulling the hands, what would feel inside the line. A really simple drill for this, just use an alignment stick, pop it down on an angle here behind the ball, and all you're going to feel is that the club head is working along that line, the hands are working again on the inside into my sort of pocket, if you like, and by moving the hands inward, that's going to give you a slightly flatter backswing, which is going to give you a better chance of shallowing it out. What I find with the guys that take it on the outside, more than likely they're going to come from the outside and hit across it. Okay, you might get the odd good player that picks it on the outside and almost shallows it too much, but really by getting the hand path working inside is a really simple way to help you shallow the club. So my second way of helping you shallow the club out is on the downswing. Okay, so the takeaway is a really sort of simple move to help you work inside. Now the downswing, okay, and what we're looking for on the downswing is we need a little bit of what we call right side bend. Okay, so as we're coming down, we need a little bit of side bend here, which allows us to shallow the club like so. So you can see as soon as I get that little bit of side bend, that club shallows out and it stays nicely on plane. The opposite to that would be where we get too much this way, the right shoulder gets too high, and from this position here, when that right shoulder gets too high like that, the club gets, again, very steep, gets very over the top, as opposed to getting that side bend. Okay, so as we're coming down, the body's actually moving in this fashion. Okay, similar to throwing a ball, skimming a stone. Okay, so from there we get that little bit of side bend and the club naturally shallows out. Again, once more from behind in that position there. Give that a try and stay tuned for my final tip. So my final tip to help you shallow the club is to do with the lead wrist. Okay, I've mentioned this in previous videos, and this is imperative to get you shallowing that club correctly. What I see in a lot of slicers is they actually do all the points that we've said so far really well, but when this lead wrist gets very cupped, like so, that causes that shaft to steepen, it causes that club face to get open, and it's very, very difficult to shallow the club out from there. So we need a flat lead wrist on the downswing. Now you do get the odd exception where they might actually be slightly cupped at the top, but then they flatten it off on the downswing. And I'm going to give you a drill to help you get the feeling of this. All you need is a coat hanger, okay? And we're going to pop it down the left side of the grip, like so. And what I'm trying to feel here at setup is that the top of the hanger is pushing against my forearm. Okay, I don't want it in this position where it's coming away. I want it pushing against the forearm. Okay, and the idea behind it is that we're going to make some backswings and we're going to keep the pressure of the coat hanger against my forearm as I swing back. So from behind, you'll see how that affects that lead wrist. So I'm going to push against the forearm with the coat hanger, and what we'll see there is a nice flat lead wrist. If we don't get that, we get that coming away from the arm, club gets very steep in transition, we're going to come across the ball. Okay, so once more, keep it pressing against that forearm, and then as you come down, keep it pressing there still. You can see how that club now shallows out beautifully on the way down, controls that club face. We can deliver that club on plane. If we were unable to do that, again, you'll see now that comes off the forearm, club gets very steep, and we get across the ball. Up to the top, keeping that pressure there, and nice and through. And I would practice just doing half shots with that, or even just practice swings, just to help you get the feeling of how that's affecting that lead wrist. Hope you found that video useful today, guys. As always, if you would like a more tailored approach to your game, hit me up on Skillest. There's a link in the description below for 25% off all lessons. As always, please like and subscribe. Post any comments down below. Look forward to seeing you again very soon.